Hello guys, welcome to the Simply Learn tutorial series again. Hope you're watching my videos and you are liking it. So day by day I am trying to leverage more things in this area and will I will reach out to you with this all the concept, right? So today we are going to learn data files. So what is data file? How this file will be generated automatically? How we can create this file? All those things we will discuss with practical example. Okay, just focus on this topic. This is very important as per the interview perspective as well. So yeah, we have two types of data files. One is MDF and another is LDF. So MDF nothing but the primary data file we can say, and its abbreviation is master data file, and LDF is a log data file. Okay, yeah. So these two files are having the information of particular things only. Uh, so guys, I remember in the last session we created one database, that is testdb1 and testdb, right? So when we create a database, then automatically this file will be generated at the back end of the system. So I will show you that file, how it's look like and how we can see those file and where it is generated, right? Yeah. So to sync up with all these lectures, kindly see my previous video as well. So you will um, come to know about the previous concept which we learned, right? As I said, we have two types of data files, right? And what is the use of this file? So whenever we are creating the database, okay, in a database server, this file automatically generated, right? So one is primary data file. What is the use of primary data file? It contains all the information regarding database object. So which are the database object we have? We have table, view, you can say store procedure, function, trigger. Okay, these are the, you can say, database object. Okay, because it's had a physical location. Why we can say the database object? Those entity which we found has a physical existence, means we once we create that, we can use uh, those particular things or tables, view, function next time as well, in the future as well, right? So we can store them in the database server. So this whenever this file comes into picture, this objects come into picture, so we can say it's a database object. Okay, so like view, tables, as I said, functions, store procedures, synonyms, these are the database objects. Okay, so this primary data file is used to store all these objects. Okay, and what is its save extension? It is saving with the extension .mdf, that is master data file. Similarly, we have logged file, log data file, right? So it is used to store the transaction related information. Whenever we are executing any query, let's say we create a table, okay, we fetch some records from the table, okay, let's say we are write select star from table, or we perform any complex query kind of thing, or transaction related information, then all those log can be stored into the log data file. And what is the extension? Its extension is .ldf. Moving ahead, this is a primary location or root location where these two files are stored in our system. Okay, so you can go into program files. There we have Microsoft SQL Server folder, and in that Microsoft SQL Server folder we have this MS SQL versions number, and then into again MS SQL, and into that data folder we can find all the two files. I will show you practically as well, don't mind. Okay, so if you have seen my previous video, then we create the test DB in the last session, right? Last video, last chapter. So just when you just try to write the code, so I am clicking on the new query window, and when you selected this database and you click on new query window, automatically your current database name should be appear here. Okay, so make sure that in which database you are working, and if you are working on a particular database, then their name should be appear here, right, testdb1. Okay, so last time we wrote a query like create database and database name. So in that case we created testdb1, right? So we executed this query and our database will be created. Now when we create this database, then as I said, the two files automatically be generated, which are the two files .mdf and .ldf. Okay, let's see those files. Okay, so you need to go to the C drive. Okay, I am going to C drive. Yes, so this is my C drive, and in the C drive we have the program files. In that program files, just go to the Microsoft SQL Server window. In the Microsoft SQL Server window, you will find some Microsoft SQL 11 or these server names here, those folders. Just go on to one file. In that MS SQL, in that data folder is there, so just click on data folder. Okay, so just check whether we have the test db folder is there or not. Okay, so here we can find temp.db reporting. Okay, so let's go to the back folder. So here we have the two folders. Just go to the second folder in MS SQL and just check data folder. Okay, so here as well we have the different database, okay, which we created. And if you see here, for each and every database which I created so far, we have the .mdf file and we have .ldf file, right? It is nothing but the log, and one is nothing but the used to store objects. So let's see. Yes, we created our testdb, and for the testdb we have .mdf and .ldf file. So which is the root location? So this is your root location. Okay, then okay, so how to create this? Now it is generated automatically, right? We can create as well manually as well. We can specify the parameter. Okay, so we will see that as well. So as of now, you are aware of the where this file are stored. Okay, just go into our database server. Now let's focus. We are creating a new database with the help of query, and we will specify all the parameter regarding to it. So just make sure we are in the root database. We are creating just for the creation of new database. So I am clicking on new query window, then automatically you will see master database here, right? Now here we can create our new database. So if you are not in master, you are in somewhere else, let's say like this. Let's say I am in testdb1 now, but I want to create a new database. Then I will use one command, that is use master. And once I use master, then automatically once we execute that, then the name will be changed here as a master, right? So here we can happily create our database with the parameter. So let's say create database, and what the database name I want to mention, I can give, let's say testdb3 we will create, and again we need to write on primary. So we are creating primary data file first. We are specifying the parameter for primary data file, then just below next to this db3 database name, just type on primary and we will specify the parameter now for on primary. Okay. So first parameter we have name. So we can mention the name of the file. Okay. So what is our file name? Yeah, so I can give it's a general specifier name. Okay. So testdb3 data file. Okay, I just specify this name. Okay, comma. Now this adjusts naming convention. Now we will specify the actual file name. It's a file name, not file underscore name. It's a file name. Okay, so I am specifying the file path here. Okay, so in the G drive SQL files folders is there, and in that I am creating my file name, that is, yes, the testdb dot you can say mdf. Okay, this is our file master data file name, right? Yes, so yeah, just below that. Okay, now next parameter is size of the file. So how much size we want for this file, just comma size, and size we can mention in the KB, right? So I can put the file size is, let's say I want 5 MB size. Okay, so we know for 102 KB we have 1 MB, then for 5 MB or for 10 MB we have how much size? We need to multiply it by we need to multiply 1024 by 10. Okay, so its size is 10,240. Okay, if we multiply it by 10 to the 1024, then now it's 10 KB file size, or sorry, 10 MB file size, but we need to mention the size in terms of KB. And the parameter, what is max size we want? Max size, so we can mention max size as well. So just put it in KB, doesn't matter if the capital and small, I am putting capital. So max size, again we can specify, I want max size unlimited, so there is no limit for the max size. Okay, unlimited. And one of the parameter is file growth parameter. So when we say file growth, then while creating this file, how much file growth we want. Let's say if it's 10 MB is fulfill here, then we mention max size unlimited, then by how much MB or how much KB we want to increase the file size. So we need to mention that size as well. So let's say again with the 10 MB size I want to increase the file. Okay, yes, so this is all parameter for the primary data file. So below that we can continue for the log data file, and our syntax is log on. Okay, log on, and again we will specify the file parameter like file name, size, growth. Okay, I am just copying it for the time saving purpose. Okay, let's say file name. Now yeah, again this naming convention for the system understanding purpose, we can take that as well, and we can say is testdb.log data.log kind of thing name we can provide. And instead of now MDF, we will have the LDF file extension here. And yes, the size, again you can put the same, max size is unlimited, right? We can restrict the max size as well here. Let's say I want to put a max size is 11,000 KB, right? 11,000 KB, that near about 11 MB, right? 11 MB. Now when you say 11 MB, then once this size is fulfilled, then we can say mention max size is this, and again we are saying file growth is again 10 MB, so it is not possible. So just put in a proper ratio. So I am mentioning here the file size is something which is doesn't affect while we are doing file growth. So let's say I am putting 2048 GB file size, and now if we increase again by 10 MB, then that doesn't affect on the max size, right? So in this way we can mention few parameter for primary data file, few parameter for log data file, right? So I executed this command, and after execution of this command we will get message command completed successfully, kind of this. Okay, so let's see whether this file are generated or not. So I mentioned the file location G, SQL files and LDF. Remember, this is our specified location, so we didn't specify the system's location, right? So earlier when we created testdb1, then automatically this file are created on the default location, right? Now we can create the file by specifying our own location as well. So let's check this path. Okay, I have here opened that file. Yes, SQL path and g:/SQL files. We have testdb1, testdb.ldf and testdb.mdf files are there, right? So this file we created, and yes, we can specify the file size 1020 KB. Okay, what is the file size we have now? 10240 KB, right? This is the size. Max size we mentioned limited. File growth 1024 KB. Again, file growth we are mentioning by 10 MB. Okay, so now when this size will fulfill, the file size again increase by 10 MB, and likewise it will store the data into it. Okay, so yes, guys, this is all about the data files. So we have two data files, primary data files and log data file. Okay, so primary data file contain all the database object information, okay, along with the data, and in the log data file we have the transaction related information. That means whatever queries we are performing, all those kind of information are stored in the log data file. You can see all the nodes for this session in my link here, nothing but the data files. In the SQL you need to choose data files option, in the data files option you will see all the nodes regarding the session along with the code as well, right? So you can practice at your end, and let's check whether you are getting the proper output or not. Okay guys, that's it for the today's session. Please subscribe my channel, again requesting you to get each and every video, so you can have the updated video on daily basis, and you can happily make a connection for link between each and every video link. Okay, thank you guys, thank you for watching this video. Have a great day.